Hi, this is Carlos with Arrow. Today we're going to take a look at Citrix Workspace with Intelligence.
Before we get started, I wanted to clear up a potential point of confusion. When this product was going to be launched, the original name was going to be Citrix Intelligent Workspace. However, that has changed. The new name is going to be Citrix Workspace with Intelligence. You may hear reference to both, so don't let that be a point of confusion for you. It's the exact same functionality. To begin this discussion of Citrix Workspace with Intelligence, I wanted to take a look at what Citrix Workspace alone looks like. This is the standard Citrix Workspace webpage. So you can see that I have access to my applications, my desktops, and my files. By clicking on each of these categories, I can go to my favorite applications. These are the applications that I've designated as my favorite, or I can see all of the applications that I have access to. The same thing applies for the desktop section. These are the desktops that are my favorite, and I can see all of the desktops that I have access to. And lastly, on this side, I can see that I have access to my different files and shares. This is what the workspace looks like on its own. What we're going to look at next is what the Citrix Workspace with Intelligence looks like. What we see here is Citrix Workspace with Intelligence. Notice on the left, we still have the menu that allows us access to our files. We also have the menu item that allows us access to our desktops, both our favorites and all the desktops we have access to, and our applications, favorites, all the applications we have access to. However, you'll notice that there's a new button here, Actions. In addition, when we go home, you see that there's this center section that is a social media-like feed. In this section, we see that there's a set of tasks that we can actually perform. What we see here is that we have somebody requesting personal time off, and I can actually approve it and send it through. I see that there's an event that I signed up for and asked to be notified when it was available, and it's coming up. I see that there's a change in patient data. So Cindy Peterson has changed providers, and you can see that Chris Saints has moved to a different room in the hospital. So what this area is doing is it's collecting information from different systems that relate to me, whether I've requested them or they're part of my structure of controls, such as approving personal time off, maybe approving expense reports. On the left here, it shows me the source of that information. So right now, this notification that somebody badged in came from the Epic system. And I can see that the time approval came from a system called Kronos. I can see right now that the request and the room change came from ServiceNow. What Citrix Workspace with Intelligence is doing is it has a set of micro apps that go out to these different systems and request the information and display it for me on my main viewing area. So now I can see the different tasks that I need to perform or keep notified of things that are changing that I want to be aware of. If I go back to that action button, I can click on that action button and it shows me actions that I'm able to perform from this workspace. I look at all the actions, so I can view prescriptions, I can submit for patient information, I can view courses, I can view expense records, and whatever else I have these applications set to send information, or whatever actions I'm allowed to perform. Now going back to home. To summarize, Citrix Workspace with Intelligence is centralizing all of my access to my files, my desktops, and my applications, and in addition giving me a media-like feed that gives me information that I've requested or tasks that I must complete, such as approving expenses, approving time off, that sort of thing. Having all this functionality centralized in a single area where I can take actions on tasks that I must complete, where I still have access to my applications, my desktops, and my files, make my job easier, and they make me more efficient. Thank you for watching.